Hey everybody, welcome back. Review a Day, episode number 202. My name is Leland, and thank you guys for being here. I'm going to get into my review of Nightmare on Elm Street in just a moment, but have you checked out episode number 51 of Dampercast yet? Because I don't think you have. Head over to Dampercast.com and check out the weekly podcast I do. I do with my buddies. I cover some of the week's most important issues, to me anyways. Hey, you like porn? We've got something for you. Do you like the Family Circus? We've got something for you. Please head over to Dampercast.com, check it out. You can also subscribe on iTunes. Guys, it's another Platinum Dunes Michael Bay produced horror film. We've got the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger is back, this time played by Jackie Earle Haley, of course, Rorschach from Watchmen, and he was also in Little Children, which is one of my favorites of the last couple of years. Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger is a dude who haunts your dreams and kills you while you're asleep. You cannot get away. We've got a group of high schoolers who are being tormented by Freddy for one reason or another. They start getting killed one by one, and they realize, hey, maybe there's more to this story than we thought, and a horror movie ensues. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street is, I think, a really interesting horror film because Freddy is unique because he doesn't just slash you with a knife. He's not Jason, where he's just a guy with a mask walking slowly and trying to kill you. There really is no way to get away from Freddy. And this Nightmare on Elm Street remake is directed by Samuel Bayer, I believe is the guy's name. Samuel Bayer, yeah. He was a music video director, and he directed the Smells Like Teen Spirit Nirvana video. Quick side note, I'm from Washington State, and I'm not a huge Nirvana or Pearl Jam fan, but please don't tell anyone in the entire state, thank you. But the thing about Freddy is that it's in your dreams, and Samuel Bayer essentially, as a director, has carte blanche to do anything he wants because this movie takes place in dreams for the most part. And Samuel Bayer does absolutely nothing. Samuel Bayer seems far too content to roll out the same horror imagery bullshit we've been seeing for fucking 20 years. I don't ever want to see creepy little girls in dresses anymore. I don't want to see abandoned warehouses with rust everywhere. It is so lazy at this point to just not even try anything, especially in a movie like Nightmare on Elm Street where you could do so much. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I know this is a stretch, but that's a movie that primarily takes place in dreams. It's thrilling and it's surreal, and Samuel Bayer absolutely does none of that. And I think most of the problems with this movie really fall on his shoulders. The performances across the board are really bad, like awful and really rigid. Poor Connie Britton, who plays Tammy Taylor on Friday Night Lights, which is such a terrific show, and she's terrific on it. She only has a couple scenes, but she is awful. And really all we're left with, aside from creepy imagery of little girls in these abandoned warehouses that we've seen 1,000 times, it is just terrible jump scare after terrible jump scare. Horror movies, especially these Platinum Dunes ones, I think they're so afraid of not being scary that they do not let any scene breathe, and you're never really given a chance to ever even connect with the characters, even on the most basic level. And all these characters are completely boring and there's nothing to them. They didn't even give us the asshole jock or the stoner kid or the slutty girl. It really, I mean, a slash film can have that and I'll buy into it just because that's, I think, a lot of what slasher is, but it doesn't even do that. And what you're left with is jump scare after jump scare, horrible underscoring of really ominous, drony music, and it's not scary. It is not scary. And I watched Caché, the Michael Haneke film, the other day, which is terrific and not necessarily a horror film, but very suspenseful. There's almost no music throughout that entire film, and it's incredible how much suspense Haneke can get from just setting a camera down and watching people. That is so much more effective than trying to throw shit at the screen and try to scare you over and over again. It doesn't work. I mean, if you want to talk about some pretty lazy writing, the whole movie is kind of, it's set around these 4 or 5 kids who may or may not have a connection to one another from the past. And the logic that these characters cannot put together, it is dumbfounding that we would be expected to give a single shit about any of these characters when they can't put together basic logic. There's a moment in the film when this girl is looking at a picture of the friend who has died, and in the picture, the kid's 6, and she's in the background of it, and she goes, "That's really weird that I'm in this picture because I didn't meet my friend until I was like in the 6th or 7th grade." Okay, but if this picture exists, it's pretty well that you did know them, right? The characters go through with like blinders on half the time, and I just wanted to shake them and be like, "Are you this retarded? The screenwriter couldn't come up with anything better than this." There's a plot twist towards the end that adds a little bit to the Freddy lore that I think they thought would kind of make it edgier and darker. It doesn't, it falls flat, and this movie is, it's a bit of a waste of your time, I'll be completely honest. I give Nightmare on Elm Street a 1 out of 5. It is a Platinum Dunes remake, so that means there are a ton of Michael Bay lens flares. So Michael Bay lens flare fans, maybe you should go check this movie out. If you like this review, make sure to head over to nitpicket.com. That's nitpicket.com. Head over there, check out episode number 66 of the Nitpicket podcast. We discussed this movie in depth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.